Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Victoria Ndunge Musemi and I thank God for giving me this opportunity to come to be here. Tunashukuru, tunaambia Mungu asanti. Hakuna kitu poa kama kuanza na God na kumaliza na God because yeye ndio master plan wa kila jambo. Today we have our sister. Hey, mtu huyu. Our sister, tunashukuru kwa kupatia hiyo time kwa pamoja na hii channel yetu.
Thank you for having me.
Na tunarudishia Mungu shukurani, the presence and giving us the opportunity to be with you. We cannot take it for granted, but we say thank you. Platform is yours. Welcome.
Wow, thank you, Vicky, for having me. Hi guys, my name is Zilpa Musembi and I'm so privileged to share with you, and thank you so much, Big Sis, for having me. This is actually a privilege because one, being a born-again Christian and knowing Jesus and knowing that without him there is no me, knowing that has been my greatest rock and fortress, knowing that God got me. Yeah. I know when guys say like, you know, Nikona, this backup plan, if this doesn't work out, I have this. For some of us, and specifically me, I'm always like, God, it's you. I don't have a backup. You're like my main plan. You tell me where to go. You lead me, you direct me. And for sure, I've seen God working in my life, working with me, opening such tremendous doors. And I'm like, yani ulikuwa kuja ufanye hivi yote. And you know, sometimes where you're seated at, you might not see it. Where you're at, you might not see it. But then imagine God ameshaenda ahead, aka-create your path. I got you, just trust me. Trust me. I got you. Walk with me. I've seen that. I've seen working with God is more beneficial, more fruitful, and it has this great comfort. So I'm privileged. Actually, I rarely get to talk about this, especially in front of a camera. Yeah, I rarely get to talk about it, and it's so it's a different aspect. One thing about me is, I'm loud, I'm all over the place, and you know, always smiling, always being happy, always welcoming, and you know, trying to look for everybody else's comfort. The other part of me that maybe most people don't know, and even perhaps maybe even like our family we might not know, is that sometimes you get scared and you're like, what's really going to happen? What's the next step? And unakuwa na so much doubt. And sometimes you just cover it up with, you know, smiling, being nice, being welcoming, and you cover it up. But deep down, you have such uncertainty of even tomorrow. Just after COVID, for me, this one was really hitting home. And you know, you find somebody to talk to about all this. Otherwise, if they stay in your mind too long, you tend to go a different direction. And for me, my mom has been that. When things just get too tough, I'll reach out to my mom and I'm like, hey mom, hapa, I don't know. After during COVID, everything was okay. But after COVID, things just took a downward spiral. And you try to look at everything from financial to emotional, to an extent, even spiritual. You're like, guy, I'm missing something and I don't know how to feel it. And I went through this phase where, for sure, I don't know what the next day is going to bring. And thank God for friends who, you know, who really know you well. Because there was a time I really locked myself up. And inilika kwa nyumba like close to 2 months bila ku step out. I was just not having it. No strength even to go out, nothing. And I even cut off friends. And somebody would call and I would not even pick my phone. And people are now looking for me. Zilpa uko wapi? Zilpa uko wapi? Texts zinaingia. And I'm like, I don't even have the energy to deal. One time, my friend alikuja kwangu na, and this was like the critical moment, because during all that, I came and I fell ill. And I couldn't even get up. And she came to my house, she knocked. I didn't even have the strength to go in, to go and open the door. And she just kept banging on the door, and she's like, or even like on my bedroom window, and she's like, Zilpa, I know you're in there. So I don't know what you're going to do, just know I'm not sitoki hapa until ufungue mlango. So I'm so sick. It's been like 2 months of me avoiding everyone. I've not even seen the outside of my door in like 2 months. Ikabidi saa ile unasema, God, I know you're working in me because, and I know you're working for me because at this very critical moment, iezi kuwa ndio umetuma somebody na amekataa kulive. I got that strength. I got my keys. I couldn't even open the door. So what I did, I threw the keys outside the window. Nikamwambia wewe jifungulie. Alikuja akaniokota hapo chini. And I had a moment of, I rarely cry. Most people who know me, they're like, Zilpa liangi, nule, roju, Zilpa li. I broke down because for me it was, God, you got me. God, you have me. She took me to the hospital. I got treated, came back. She refused to leave me. Then now she made calls now to family, friends, and she's like, you know, ako poa niko na yeye. Ako poa niko na yeye. Now she was responding to my phone. She stayed with me for like 1.5 weeks. She stayed in my house and she couldn't just go. And, you know, we just talked. She's trying to make it look like it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal.
For you, it's a big deal.
Yeah. And it was just stories to like, nini, and not really tackling this. Why have you been avoiding people? And I remember the last day she was at my place, she now asked me, now that you've been avoiding everyone, what was the benefit? And I couldn't see it. And I remember telling her, I think God needed me to even be away from everyone else so that he can show me he's the one who has got me.
Amen.
Like, I didn't even plan for her to come. I didn't plan to even get sick. I didn't plan for anything, but it was God's way of telling me that he got me.
So ukaingia into depression. Now uka notice it's a depression.
Yeah.
Because the moment utaki kuongea na watu, don't want to connect with anybody, phone inalia, una feel, huyu ataka kunisumbua. So nataka tupate hiyo journey ya depression. It was a depression. Na ilikuwa, what is the cause of your depression?
Wow. So, I don't know kama everybody an experience ever, but for me, I was used to, I want something and I'll go out, I'll get it. Na strain, struggle. Na hata kama kuna hiyo strain na struggle nile manageable. But I think I came to hit a point where I need stuff and I can't get it. So like post-COVID, okay, during COVID actually, for the business I was doing at the time, we actually were making money. We were good. My goodness, you're good. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, imekatika. And saizo, unaanza sasa kusikia pressure. Like, I need this and I can't have. I need to, especially monetary, in monetary terms, ama financially, you want to buy stuff, you want to feed, you want to pay rent, you want to, basically anything that is needing finances. Na hauna kabisa. Whatever little savings you had, zime run out. And now you're kabisa hauna. Also the fact that at that time, I was desperately single, like not in a relationship. And then at every turn, you're like, wow, this person is progressing in this direction. This person is progressing in this direction, yeah? And you're just alone. I think that being alone, maybe it heightened the feeling of not just being alone, but being lonely. And then ndo naanza kupata zile thoughts za, like, hata nika disappear, who'd miss me? If I was not there, like really, who'd ask for me? Who'd be bothered? Nani tamhit? Yeah. So there was that. For me, I feel like the reason why I got into that headspace was I couldn't like, support myself. And I'm used to supporting myself. Like, I'm those people who are like, mini roju, nitatoka nende nitafute nitapata. But this time, I would go out, natafuta, nasipati. And then at the same time, I'd lost quite a chunk of money. I'd invested in a particular direction, and then I lost a chunk of money. Like, wow. I lost a lot of money. So when I lost this money, I had a little bit in my savings where I was like, I'm going to, like, I can stretch my savings until I can get the next thing happening, or until I can get this person mwenye amehepa na do zangu. Yeah, mtu alipotea kabisa. Interestingly, nimekuja ku catch up na ye like beginning of this year. That's when I was able to meet this person. And we talked about, still, bado sipati pesa yangu, but still, I lost quite a chunk of money. A lot of money. And part of that money ilikuwa pia na investments ya watu wengine. So I'm not just losing this money, I'm also losing friends who've invested in this my biashara. And then again, uko sasa peke yako, you're like, if I had somebody with me, perhaps I would have shared this with them. Maybe they would have gone out of their way and, maybe loaned me this money. It's a lot of money, at least just to pay off the people that I was owing. So I believe all that is what, really, really put me in this headspace. And then niko, ata sitaki kusikia simu ya mtu yote. Ata staki. I really don't want. So yeah, that I believe was the main cause of being in this particular headspace.
I think young people, because of the lifestyle, the lifestyle ndio inachangia in fact vitu nyingi kwa ile life yenye tunaishi sahi.
Yeah.
Especially young people. Unapata kazi mzuri, you have money, you have a good house.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle is good.
Yes.
So kushuka. Kushuka.
What?
I think hata ndio wengi wana commit suicide.
Yes.
Because imagine nita connect na nani, nitakuwa na even the relationship.
Yeah.
It's come up you break your relationship with your peers.
Yeah.
So ina challenges kwa life. Na I will thank God umeshare na sisi na tumejua the problem of young people ni kumonitor. To monitor themselves.
Yes.
Wakati wameanza life.
Yes.
Hiyo ndio the problem yenye iko sahi. Because unakuta mtu myanga anakuambia nilikuwa nafanya hii na feel niko depressed na hii na feel sifai kukua, si deserve kukua alive.
Yeah.
Wana come up na kitu ilikusaidia by then ni God.
Yeah.
So life yako ya sahi sasa ni nini unadu kwa industry?
Yeah.
Because I know you are doing something.
By the grace of God,
Amen.
I work na a company inaitwa Lady Care Supplies. So Lady Care Supplies ndio wana on the brand Dada Care. So if you've been anywhere, you've seen sanitary ama feminine products ambazo ni pads, tampons, intimate wash, intimate wipes, such. That is the company that I work with. And this, by the way, happened by grace of God. Yeah. Somebody who remembered me and we worked so many years back. They're like, Zilpa, Ebukam. Ever.
Wow.
That's it, actually.
Yeah.
Zilpa, kuja. That's it. No interview, no nothing. No, eti, I need to look at your paperwork. No, eti, CG, where have you been? Eti, where have you worked? What is your experience? Zilpa, kuja. This is, and actually, this one happened, This one happened last year in March. So actually, I'm close to 1 year now.
Wow.
And it has been a tremendous growth where now somebody amekam akaku entrust na their brand. And to the point of, they're putting my face and attaching it to the brand Dada Care. And I do so many things hapo. Wow. So lazima hii life hakuna kukaa chini na kusema eti Jesus will provide. Yeah, God provides for sure, but you need to go out and work. I mean, word inatuambia, the word tells us that God will bless the work of our hands. So kama mkono zako hazifanyi kazi, ata bless. What will he bless if your hands are not working? Na si eti ukae kwa shamba tu peke yake. I'm not sisemi usiende kwa shamba, by the way, go. But imanishi tu kazi tu ya mkono. It could be something you're thinking of, an idea, an innovation thing that you have, yeah? Go out, work on it. And trust God with your idea, with your brand, with your creativity, with your content, and trust it to God. That is what happened to me. So they called me, we had a discussion, and then the next day, me nikanza job, just like that. Wow. Just like that. We agreed on something, and then some of the fears that I had of maybe not having a good financial background and stability, that one ikakuwa cushioned. It's like God anakwambia, you know what, I got you. So at least niko na a livelihood. Yeah. And then of course you go out, you meet different people, and you're exposed to a different world altogether. Like if anyone would have told me eti itakuwa nasimama mbele ya kamera naambia watu about a product, I'll be like, uko na jokes, because I didn't see this one. I didn't see it coming. But then I found a good team that boosts you. They're like, this is a good talent you have, let's use it. This is a good talent you have, let's use it. This is a good talent you have, let's use it. So at Dada Care, I am the communications manager. Wow. Dada Care. And basically, it is all about now talking about feminine hygiene. I know, especially kwa most of these settings, we don't talk about feminine hygiene. And I believe it's high time we do. I mean, we do talk about mental health, physical health, like eat right, exercise, be healthy. Then we talk about mental health, like, you need to be in a good headspace so that you don't fall into depression and, like stuff like anxiety does not catch up with you. You are well. We talk about spiritual health. You need to have a God that you're responsible to, that you're accountable to, where you can be like, at the end of the day, God, you have me, and I thank you for that. And, a higher spiritual power that you're accountable to, and that is God. It's the same with menstrual health. We need to talk about it in matters of, are we getting the right things? Are we using the right products? Are we talking when we talk about even vitu kama periods, what stigma is there around it? I mean, tumefanya ikaka, it's so taboo, you can't talk about it, to the point women suffer in silence. And then tunasemanga ile ya mwanamke ni kuvumilia unavumilia ukiumia. I mean, I started talking to, when I started working with now Lady Care Supplies under the brand Dada Care, so many women are coming out and talking, and they're like, what? Do you know mimi nikipata periods zangu mimi huva diaper ya mtoto? Imagine. Somebody is telling you, I hate my periods because zile infections mi upata. Anakwambia, I don't just buy the pad, I have to buy creams, I have to buy painkillers. And then your time, and then unajua kuna kwanga na PMS. So you're married. Eti hazi eti anataka kushika eti babe, uko kwenda uko yani
ama mna separate bedroom.
Yes. Una imagine. Uko so uncomfortable even at night. You can't even, when you're like a parent, you're a mother. Adi, you don't even want your kid kuja kuhug vizuri because you're thinking maybe nanuka. Now we have to suffer in silence. Because ni kama tumeambiwa hivyo. But then I fell in love with this product, Dada Care. It is a good product. I can assure you, it's what ile nyatasemanga au hii product ni poa ile achocha. These are good products because now, and the reason why I bought into Dada Care was because of the many traumas that heal kwa ladies, and then it is solving problems. It is a solution to so many problems. But the 5 common ones inakuanga order. Tunanuka harufu ingine. It's not bad. I mean, it's bodily fluids inatoka. It's natural.
Sasa kukula pizza na nini una expect itoke?
Itatoka tu hivyo. Inatoka tu hivyo. So it's okay. Ni vile when you're on your periods, your self-esteem inashuka. Because I'm imagining you have to sell to your customers. Noko kwa peas. Yo sikwa tu vangi your bright clothes and whatever, because you imagine there's a stain.
By the inakulimit.
Inakulimit. So you can imagine, mtu mwingine, they have to give a presentation at work. Ama you're maybe traveling for long hours and you're like, periods. Ama it's your wedding day. Na periods zimekuja.
Kuisha wewe.
And lazima tuvae white. Tulemba tunavanga white.
Yeah, bas. Yeah, itachange.
What? Noko na periods. Then what? Hadi wezi smile kwa wedding yako juu. You're like, nimemes.
Sasa nimemes.
Akili naenda hapo yote.
I think ina to control as ladies.
Ina to control. So like Dada Care ina solve yo. Like you don't leak.
Wow.
So zile common problems. Eti sijui kunuka haina. Eti sijui rashes hauna. Ushapata mwingine like at the end of the day you want ukipiga shower at the end of the day unasikia tu you're itching. Because you're on your periods. Hauna. It's a solution. Sijui infections. Eti sijui kwa na yeast kidogo na shindo. What is this? Like kwa kila period uko na ka infection. Kwa kila period uko na ka infection. Na shindanga tu na ma creams na shindanga umejipaka na dawa na meza. Eti sijui cramps. Eti sijui unashinda change pad yako so many times. Like imagine you can be in a meeting. Like I try to imagine, especially like high power women who sit in meetings like board meetings and whatnot. Sasa nile siku yenye ulikuwa na make presentation yako, you're making a pitch to shareholders and whatnot, uko na tension. Na bado uko na menses. And then umeva pad ingine hapo hivyo yenye lazima change every 2 hours. Hii meeting perhaps it's 7 hours long.
Okay, kwisha wewe.
Hata unashinda kusimama.
Utashindwa.
You can even forfeit that meeting.
Imagine.
Unashinda hata ku give your best performance because mind yako yote imeenda kwa periods. But now Dada Care ina solve that because Dada Care I leak. The reason why I leak is because there is this technology inaitwa lock, absorb and lock. So ikisha absorb ina lock, if fluid haitoki juu, iko hapo chini. So uko dry. Uko dry. Let me tell you, you forget you're wearing a pad. Una forget ni menses zako.
Kwanza especially ukitravel.
Imagine
una travel 4 hours journey.
Yes. Imagine okay, unatoka Nairobi, you're going all the way maybe to Mombasa, ama unaenda Kisumu or someplace. Hata maybe ni usiku na uko on your menses. You can wear this pad and go.
Wow.
Or you have a long flight. You need to go to, I don't know, you're going to South Africa, you're going to Ethiopia. You're 4 hours flight, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
Solve.
You're good. You're good.
Twende kwa Dada Care.
You're good.
Wow.
But I'll give you those products. They're really nice.
Wow.
It's a really good product. And it's not like it is thinking about you because from the top layer to the very bottom layer of that pad ni breathable. Imetumia medical grade material.
Wow.
Iko na onion strip ambayo inakufanya unakuwa oxygenated all the time. I know ladies will come at me etio unafaa change pad yako every 2 to 3 hours. Yes, kama yako ni nylon hapo chini. Hebu imagine umechukua nylon, ukachukua cotton, ukachukua kamesh ukaweka juu, alafu umeifungia na hapo. What will happen? Kuchomeka. Kama ni infections zinarudi wapi? Up your yoni.
Already lelo inafanya una sweat.
Yes.
Cotton na imejaa iko ni heavy inashindwa kuhold.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
Dada Care.
Na imagine hizi ndo zile vitu tunatumia ama tunaambiwa na tuzoe. But imagine there's a solution for that. Product yetu haina plastic. We don't use plastic.
Wow.
Even the glue ya pale chini ile ya kushikilia pale kwa panty hapo. food grade glue, si toxic.
Wow.
Not factory glue, food grade glue.
Inapatikana hapo.
Yes, iko hapo. Ndo hakuna any chemical inakuwa introduced to your body.
Wow, na kuna hii kitu nimesikia ukisema about na mtu akiwa na heavy.
Hata ukiwa na
mtu wa heavy sasa unaimagine lazima ashinde akitafuta tu toilets bali anaweza shinda change pad. What about the heavy person?
Do you know, interestingly, even when you say it you na heavy flow, usually you bleed blood peke yake, unaweza bleed 20 ml. 20 ml, hiyo ni kidogo, si mingi. Then so ukiongeza hizi vitu zingine zote, hata ikienda sana ifike 40 ml. Unajua 40 ml vile ni kidogo?
Bado ni kidogo.
Ni kidogo. Sasa hiyo ndio utakuwa unasema eti ni heavy flow.
Aya.
Ni vile okay, for us the technology ambayo iko kwa pads zetu ni ina absorb na ina lock.
Hiyo kulock sasa ndio
ina absorb na ina lock. So hata ukifinya aje haitoki juu.
Alafu smell.
Sasa hata hapo kwa smell, so kuna hii inaitwa onion strip. It's like a green ka strip iko hapo kwa pad. Inafanya unakuwa oxygenated all the time. Unakuwa oxygenated. So part of it, because it is a plant-based material, it's a plant-based material. So wakati umeivaa una feel minty breeze hapo hivyo.
Tunakuja huko kwa dada.
Yani ni kama inakusoothe. It's like telling you I'm so sorry. It's like inakusoothe. You need to experience it.
Na sasa mtu anaweza ipata wapi? Supermarkets?
Wow. Sasa kwa supermarkets atuko kwa like the major ones. Like but tuko kwa most of these are general trade, mini-marts, and then if somebody ananunua online you can get them from Jumia, tuko Davi Pharma, tuko Maidawa, you can get our products there. You can get them from Green Spoon as well. And then many mini markets, the likes of Automart, the likes of 99 Mart, kina Leben Chemist, kina Pharma Plus, kina Good Life Pharmacy, Malibu. Wow, tuko all over. Ni vile tujaingia kwa major supermarkets. And then pia tuko Healthy You. Yeah, ukiingia
sasa mtu mimi vile naishi Kariobangi, nitaipata wapi Kariobangi? Na watetea. So
hata usipopata product kwa ania shop iko hapo karibu na wewe, you can always go online. You can go to Dada Care Plus and you can order there. We do same day delivery. Tutakuletea hata kani moja na tu charge delivery. We don't charge delivery.
So mimi Kajiado, mimi nishi Kajiado.
Utapata.
Masaini, katikati ya Mang'ombe pale.
Utapata.
Good.
Utapata. Wow. Tuko so accessible. We are working on being on major supermarkets like of Naivas, Quickmart, Juziko, all over. We are working on that. But in the meantime, tupigie simu ama order online. Our website na kuanga forever on. Our online shop is on. Usipopata from Maidawa or Jumia or any other place, you can order from our online shop, dadacareplus.com, and we'll deliver. Same day delivery.
Wangekuweka ambassador. Because zote ziko kwa fingertips. Yani umelearn something. Ushaiona vile tu una hiyo passion. Hiyo something. Mpaka una feel. It's like yani ni product yako umepatiwa, shika hii ni yako. Sasa wewe marketing, hata si marketing ni yako. You know, unaenda umeichambua, umefanya research enough kujua watu wako na heavy flow wenye wako. Yani umeifanya mpaka yani for me you are ambassador.
Wow. Please umesikia Dada Care make me ambassador.
Because unaifeel. Unajua kuna mtu unamuita hapa aongea about the product, anakwambia utafanya nini, alafu ana details, but wewe kuna more details. Yani mpaka unafeel wewe umepeana ikatengenezwa, wakafanya processing, unajua wakati unaweza for how long nayo, yani you have the details.
Let me tell
you. Now you are very clear with your details by the way. Na nataka kujua kuna mali umesema umeinteract na celebrities. Celeb hao ama celeb. Unajua tunataka kujua Dada Care. At least tujue ndio nijue ni ambassador for real.
For real.
Vile just stamp.
Wow, so last year November, December, tulikuwa na this campaigns za social media. And nilienda wakanipaka makeup, nikaka snatch, nikaka poa. Hiyo ni chocha yangu. So during these campaigns, I was actually privileged to meet so many influencers. Wow. And then for them, they're so comfortable in front of a TV. I mean, in front of a camera. Because these are influencers. You see their content, like wakona followers, wengi sijui 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 500,000 followers. Wow. Mi naangalia my Instagram, nikona like 200 and sijui what followers. And then these guys, I get to meet them. I got to meet Kim Kadaisi. Oh my goodness. I got to meet Millie Chebi. I got to meet Wangoi Gadogo. Wow. I got to meet Kina Ashley, Kina Sijinani. Oh my goodness. And these ladies are so amazing. Wow. And they were so impressed by the product. When now we did this campaign with them, they were like so amazed. Like they followed it up with content on their own. Like Javilo Alibai story yote ya dada care. And then now we are having others when now they're reaching out and they're like, hey, where can I get this product? Nasikia tu ikiongelelewa. And I'm like, all these amazing influencers, they want to also interact with this product. And I'm like, oh, nice. So yeah, nimekuwa privileged to meet with such. Wow. I think the biggest celebrity meet face to face, actually ilikuwa Wahoo. We were at this period party. Alafu unasema wewe si ambassador. Hey! Ambassador. Ilikuwa kwa period party, ilikuwa Ngong Race Course. This is last year. And she was the main artist who was performing. And we got to give her the Dada Care pack. Oh my goodness, adi tumemit adi na nominated Senator Gloria Oroba. Huyu mwenye alikuwa na campaignia pads. Yeah, pads, yes. Mwenye alienda parliament na dress ya nini ya white. Yes. Alafu period zikatoka. Hey, I got to meet her. I salute you. I got to meet her and we got to engage. Unfortunately, hatukuweza kukamilisha kabisa, but it was actually a privilege for me to meet with a senator. Oh my God. Oh wow, I'm even forgetting. I've met with PSs and CSs and oh my God. But then I get to meet her because of this Dada Care. All this is by the grace of God. And I'm so privileged. And I'm so honored that even this, the Lady Care team, waliona fit that Zilpa can do this. Wow. It's a great honor, actually. It's a great honor. Sizi stuff my chest it's because najua kuongea, ama it's because of nini. No. Like, I was so camera shy. I remember the first time I did this. Now, by the way, we normally have Dada Talks. Yeah, we shoot Dada Talks and you know we get to just give this information. Information is for free. Like kama mtu ana struggle na something, yeah. We get to have this Dada Talks. I've never been in front of a camera. This was my first time and I was like, wow. Ile camera mimi na John yourself na Nimo. But you are doing good. Wow. For the glory of God, actually. So our Dada Care ziko different. We have the pads, we have the tampons, we have the wipes, we have the wash. So the pads we have regular, we have classic, we have the super, and we have panty liners. So all these, they're very comfortable. And then we have the tampons, we have the regular, we have the super, we have super plus. And then we have a combi pack. This combi pack has both the super and the super plus. And then we have intimate wipes. My goodness, these ones are very good for the yoni area. And then we have the pH care, the probiotic foam washer. Inakwanga very, very good, especially like when you're taking a shower because you know you have to use something mild for your yoni area. So the probiotic foam wash is like really nice. I recommend, like, ladies, try this particular foam wash. This for daily use, pamoja na the liners. And then for when you're having your periods, use Dada Care. Dada Care sanitary pads, Dada Care tampons, they got you covered. Kabisa, they have you covered.
So the nataka advise young people, nataka young people how to overcome the challenges, depression. Yani tuambie tu something kidogo because unaona wewe umejituma na kitu umepatiwa unaona kitu vile unaimsema yani mpaka una feel hey mtu tunanidi kuwelcome tena kwa our channel kwa advise the young people tena.
Anytime.
So nataka uambie something young people, especially girls. I think tuko kwa sector ya girls sana. Na girls okay, boy child wanasemanga hakuna mtu wa kuwatetea, but hebu tuambie tu girls vile wanaweza jitekea time ya periods and then tumalizie.
Okay, so for one, periods are they're very normal. It's a normal part of you transitioning into womanhood, from a girl into a lady into a woman. It's so natural, and this is something that God created specifically. Like, because God has called us to be mothers and to procreate, there is periods. This is a sure sign that perhaps you're also fertile, and you know that God anaku prepare for this particular transition in life. Yeah, and when you're on your periods, by the way, nasi periods peke yake, the biggest thing is maintain your hygiene. Maintain your hygiene. And then there's how you keep yourself as a lady, as a girl, such that unakuwa different from everybody else. And especially if you're a born again girl. Yeah, and you want to be different from the rest of everybody else. That is how you carry yourself. It is how you present yourself. It is even in how you're dressing, how you're carrying yourself, because God amekukol with a particular purpose, and you have to fulfill that purpose. And the way you present yourself is you're carrying the direct image of God. Yeah. So for young ladies, I will call on you, even when you're on your periods, when you're not on your periods, carry yourself with the image of God. When you look at yourself in the mirror, and just ask yourself, am I carrying the image of God? Is God proud of the way I look? Is God proud of the way I speak? Is God proud of how I think? Is God proud of the way I'm reasoning? Yeah? And this also, I can also transition it even to the young boys. And sometimes kuna stigma girls don't experience kitu. So when they're going through this, the PMS, the mood swings, because it's the hormones zinapo. So nasema, I want to question my feelings. Wananyesha, you know, and can be very crass about it. So even for young boys, I can challenge you to have empathy, and the Spirit of God will lead you in empathizing and putting yourself in the position of your sister, in the position of your daughters, yeah? Where you're like, let me just understand, she's going through something. And maybe at time miss something, don't be the first one to laugh. Be the first one to be like, this is umemess, check idea to cover you, and then here's a change of paradigm, is something, yeah? Just be catch with one another, to be kind, really. And kindness is actually a fruit of the Holy Spirit. When you have the Spirit of God, you're kind. You don't even have to struggle with it. Ukiona mtu ni kama anakwama mahali, your dad is coming somewhere, anakwama somewhere, you're like, let me just out of my way and help. And again, this one I can attach to generally, Paul. The biggest thing I can call on young people to be is to be kind. And the only way you can be kind is if you have God in you. Because God will always caution you towards kindness. God will caution you towards love. God will caution you towards creating, even to having self-control, and also in maintaining yourself. I normally feel very blessed to have had somebody walk with me. Somebody be anikama and keep on my toes, especially in maintaining myself as a young lady, as a young woman. I've been privileged to have that. And I can actually call young ladies, have that, somebody you're accountable to. Even for the young, have somebody you're accountable to. Somebody ambaye character yake is something you desire. Character yake is something you desire. Watch material things, character yake. Watch ya kuna doe, kuna nini, anajua kupaka makeup vizuri ama nini. No. Character yake. You're like, mimi nikiangalia Viki anakuanga na big heart. Viki anabebanga kila mtu. Viki ananga kwa ikana watu. I'll be like, I admire Viki. I want to be like Viki. Then nakuuliza Viki, Viki, kwa nini life yangu nailive aje? And this is the person anaanza kuguide through life. And sometimes we can even miss this. Even church tunaweza miss. Lakini our daily environs, huwezi kosa mtu mwenye you admire their character. Their character. And then unangalia character yumpa nayo. Does it reflect God? Ikona God approach. Believe me, kama na God, it will just be good character and that's it. Hivyo tu. Then after a while, ina disappear. So hii character ni character ambayo unaona for sure God ako kwa hii. Na kama God ako kwa hiyo, go for it. Any day, anytime. Any day, anytime. And that's my biggest advice I can give to young people. That's the best advice I can give to young people. If you feel the need to be Christ-like, work with people who are Christ-like, but of importance, copy Christ. And the only way you can copy Christ is you have to read that word of God.
God.
So for me, bottom line nakujanga word of God.
Word of God.
Bottom line, word of God. That is the bottom line. Word. What does the word say? I'm living in accordance with this word. Hiyo tu. Others naweza kwambia go out, be fruitful, multiply, chapa hustle vizuri, nini. But kama haina word of God, vanity. Even Solomon anasema hivyo. Vanity. Fiti kama haina God, ni vanity.
Vanity, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dada Kia girl. We thank God for having you in our channel.
Thank you for having me.
Girls, mmesikia? Ukitaka kutafuta role model, usiangalie hata nje, angalia mkani and a relationship yenye mtu akonayo na God. Hello guys, tumemaliza. Guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Subscribe. God bless you. See you next time.
Hi everybody, welcome again to another segment of Inclusive Reflections. I'm your host Terry Sami, and it is always a pleasure to have you on board and to be part of this community. As we told you earlier, we are to start a segment called The Pillars, and today is the day. Today we have an amazing guest on board, but even before then, have you subscribed to our channel? If you haven't, we please urge you to subscribe so that you don't miss out on our content. Thank you very much for accepting to be part of our journey and then to be part of the community. So without further ado, today we have an amazing man of God, a man of integrity. I happened to have served under him years ago because I always say I have blessed and I was given an opportunity to become part of the Anglican Church under his leadership. We have none other but the retired Bishop at the Churches of Kenya, Embu Diocese, the Right Reverend Bishop Henry Kadhi. He has to be our guest today, so I'm so much excited. He is going to say hi to us. We're going to understand more about church, work that he did for the church. I know he was involved in several projects. There is also the Bible Society of Kenya. We are here to understand his journey, also to get to understand what is the role of the church in the current political situations that we have, and what is the future of the church looks like in this particular season. So please help to welcome on board our bishop. Please, through that camera, say hi to our viewers.
Hi, how are you? My name is Henry Kadhi, and I love the Lord, my husband said.
Amen. You happen to be the bishop of Embu Diocese for 8.5 years?
8.5 years, yes.
Please tell us, how has that journey been like? How was it like?
Yes, it's really a fruitful journey. Because that I came and not worked in the church, parish, but I was king with the Bible Society, different kind of level. And I knew a lot about the church because I was the secretary before I was on the 1989. After ordination, I took the cleric secretary of the Diocese of Embu.
Okay.
So though I was not having a parish, I was very informed with what was happening in the diocese. And now, when my predecessor chose to retire because of sickness, I was elected as the third bishop, the second bishop of the Diocese of Embu. And did for 8.5 years. Basically, the work of a bishop in the church is basically coordinate because parish priests and all the activities of the diocese. And that's my area of professional interest in it that way. Much as I may have studied theology and I was studying partial homes. So when you put those two, you find you name how you do things and we expect in the church.
Okay.
And after being elected in 2006, I had to learn how to work with the because I was really their coordinator. And I loved talking with them and seeing them succeed where they are in parishes.
Okay.
And so we worked very well with the policy institutions and us, like the Synod, the committee of Synod, and the committees. That way you are able to process these issues of the diocese. And the way people will not play, the way the people will see us, we agreed on this. And we have to make the church, may I say, democratic. That way we will go together with all the parishes and all the most of the clergy. There are few who will be or whenever do not seem to accept the issues.
That is true.
But maybe about 5 or 8 kinds.
Yeah.
You know, it's a negligible number.
Yeah.
If I talk about my journey,
Yeah.
I was called by the Lord to the ministry when I was a second year at Nairobi. So we were invited by the lecturers who loved the Lord and were recognized.
Yeah, I know it.
It's a beautiful place.
Yes, it is.
And after that, we made a commitment to do church full time when we finished our training.
Okay. Okay.
And so when I left Nairobi University, I went to Sri Lanka, Kenya. I was my mistake lawyer. Scripture in Kenya, materials for Bible reading and children work. I not do my for a short time. And I moved to an institution of diocese of Ivy. Institution is called Maria Fabrics. Our community fabrics was to take out the women's social basis from the sons to produce fast quality clothes. And in fact, we exported out of it. We made a curtains and very special house of tax, a Hilton, White Sun. And we got out that day. So I did that for 2 years. I felt since I'll come back to church, go out and work in the secular world. So that I understand how the works. That when I came 1981, working at the Industry Cooperative here as a general manager. I was pretty young. I was 33 years of age. When I took over as general manager of the Cooperative Union. We worked there for about 5 years. During those 5 years, we had transformed the business aspect of the Industry Cooperative Union. We started even importing fertilizers to the countries. And it was very good. Maybe you have to know, but the building in Runyanges, the tallest building, where there is a house now, I started that. And before I left, it was at the point of roofing. And so when I was invited like PCU, Bantas Cooperative Union, and since it was part of coffee, it was not a loss to the coffee industry. As for about 3 years or so. After that, then I decided I was going back to the church.
Now you have understood fully.
And what happens in the secular world. And it was very helpful to go to come to church without understanding. So I went to, I was appointed as a general secretary of the Kenya Students Christian Fellowship. So the student world was really my interest. We met, we talked, we helped the youth. But I went there for 9 months. I was looking for somebody who might be younger than me. At the time, I'd been earning less than what was in KSU. After 9 months, the most important thing I did in KSU is that I helped to work out as rotate land for 30 years. In 1989, KSU was 30 years old. And so they needed to see which way we going. And I was able to lead them to have a strategic plan for about 30 years. Which is short term, middle term, and long term, and a long time. I was invited by Kenya Student Christian Fellowship. That was KCL. It was a good job. I read it. After that, I was invited to serve with the Bible Society of Kenya. I took work there in 1983. After working for the short in NCCK. I took back in the urban poverty. And it was really very interesting how the church can deal with urban poverty. So I had many projects. I had many over the country, especially in business one, small scale business enterprise. Which now I'm back. I worked there for 3 years. Then I found myself invited to Bible Society. That's why I was very in 1993. There are many things that happened there. But the Bible Society does translation Bible in different languages in the country. In languages that people understand. And because the Bible for a price that people can afford. People can afford. And so I was there for 14 years.
That's quite long.
Yes, that's my longest service point so far. And for of course, for Embu, I was to start and prepare the Bible here.
Yes, I remember it is during the time the Bishop the Kim version came.
Yes, I studied it and was learned Bible Society. And it was completed and built in 2012.
Yes.
When I was city bishop and November.
Yeah.
The society taught me a lot of this, especially planning and setting crafts in work, because there's a lot of work. We were able to move the offices from town to another road.
Yeah.
We were able to make the society self-sufficient. Previously, we had been financed through the United Bible Societies. But by the time I left, 2 years before I left, it became self-sufficient and was able to support other Bible societies.
Yeah.
That made me feel really good to hear that.
Yeah.
Because self-reliance is very important, not just for institutions, but even individuals.
Yes, very true.
Not to be on your own, but really to do the work without necessarily have to be given money by somebody else. And after 14.5 years, that is when the pastor welcomed us to work with them as a bishop after elections, which were done in, I think it was May 2006.
Yeah.
I was consecutive bishop in July.
Okay.
The work of the Bible Society, the work of the church, as it was very interesting. Anyways, one of them is that you do not talk to people just like secular, you are Christian. Yet, the work they are doing is secular. If the project is managed, and managed with the principles that you mentioned.
In the world.
Yes, you have to use them in the church world. Matters of course, we can see that the world also now using a lot of the church principles to manage in the care world. Using a lot of principles of the Bible, for which we really thank God. So I worked there for 8.5 years. And one of the things that encouraged me is encourage people in planning.
Yeah.
We do a lot of planning. We did the first strategic plan of the diocese. Now it's regular. They also have a strategic plan.
Okay.
And achieving quite a bit of the work there. We started 2 other projects. One of them is what we call St. Mary's Hospital.
Yeah. Women, the Union one.
The Mother's Union.
Yes, I remember.
They still not completely through.
Yeah.
The construction is over.
Yeah.
What remains, I understand, it's the furnishing or the rooms. That we are very grateful. My wife is president of the Mother's
Union.
Who tied up into the complaint. We are grateful that we got our support from the parishes.
Yeah.
Then we also attended the hospital. We've done the ground basic work before the foundation. The church is, the hospital. And there was a challenge with the funding.
Yeah.
And now we hope the funding can be sorted out and the work continues.
Okay.
So that the
project can
move and achieved. Got touch with the NCCK, who have an organization, a company actually registered called Jumuiya Hospital. It has a hospital in Huruma and the Kansi.
Yeah.
I was good with the third hospital. We would manage. But it was not possible to go because of financial stress on the NCCK.
Yeah.
We borrowed money to do a lot more. So we are hoping that the present bishop, together with his synod, will revive it. It's actually out. And so that's what is being there.
Let me ask, those are moments that you have served in several institutions and you have these tangible results, achievements. What do you say was one of your hardest moments as a bishop?
I think one hardest moment is the need to clarify who you are in process in the management and delivery of services. What is your position? What is your point?
Yeah.
I realize that the bishop, as the pastor of the clergy, the clergy are like nobody else. They have their lows and ups. The bishop has to work with them.
Yeah.
So this is the area that found a challenge when clergy didn't quote me there. How do you deal with them?
Yeah.
Like a Christian. And yet, the problem is a problem of personal life. But because it's I was a chaplain, I'm the pastor of the clergy.
Yeah.
Although a clergy who has a problem with his wife or husband became a problem because you have to speak to them.
Yeah.
So they united and they work well. What do you do with a Christian, not necessarily a priest, but a Christian who steals the church? Because they are there, they get them opportunity hiding here and there. But what do you do with that Christian? Because in the world, I had no problem in, for example, case you, if a member of staff misbehaves, you work with him face.
Yes, this is Tauri.
Yes.
Stipulated that that's what you implement.
The church had rules also. But it was hard. We are president.
Yeah.
The Archbishop tells you if you must punish without the heart. so that you do not punish with anger.
Yeah.
You correct with love, with a view to teaching people at all levels. So that's the way I would say it was difficult for me, or that challenging for me. But what to do? I've done the training. My master's program in leadership. Leadership helps you.
Yeah, true.
So I was indirectly trained for the work of the church, leadership the church through formal training.
Okay.
I did about 3 or 4 years of training in leadership and a master's in leadership.
Oh, wow.
So you are able to use what you learned to situations that come and there are difficulties.
Yeah.
And what I'll answer.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
There's always that one moment. Most of the time, God gives us opportunities to serve various leadership positions or in whichever area of calling. The people that decide to use the opportunity for their personal gain, the others that would decide I've been here just as a friend so that I can potentially have an impact in the society. Where did you put the balance between you pushing yourself, seeing you at the second bishop, right?
Yes.
There were still expectations from the society. The church was still within the process of understanding your role as you see spiritually, and now here you are, you need to marry spiritual expectations, and now the administrative role to ensure that the church remains on track. How do you ensure that you as a person, right now you're retired, that you not step back and say, I did not do my all, because there is someone I know out there right now. Maybe they are given a position for a month or two. And so to say, we tend to forget it for a small span of time and to make use of it. How did you ensure yourself now seated, comfortable, and we are happy that we are able to be here based on the 20 or the 8.5? How can we learn from you on that here?
Thank you. What I say is that the most important thing for somebody in the organization to remember is that a bishop is a Christian who is talking about God to heaven. A bishop needs to be sent by God to do the work. That's why the calling must be spiritual first. Now, all these things take their place when the person, the bishop, remembers that he is a sinner, saved by grace of God, and given an opportunity to serve.
Okay.
So that you see the work in the diocese as an opportunity given by God. And God provides what you need for yourself. The Bible says that you meet the needs of us. If you are faithful and honest and committed to that, God will do whatever is needful in your life.
Yeah.
And I would say with a lot of confidence that those 8 years are full of joy for home and in the church. We had children. They did not go begging. They worked, they did training to better whatever they could. And just of us, it took roll and all the other for the university. Sundays in the US. After I was in Canada. Our firstborn did not go big. So you work with them. The Lord gives you the needs. He supplies the needs of your heart. Where you in the house, where we are living with it at that time. 1984 is when we moved in. And supplied. Supplied does not mean pick somewhere, it may be loan.
Yeah.
Basically loans. You are able to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like everybody else. And so that you are not left behind without what you need.
Okay.
We have our family car, which my wife was able to use whenever she wants to go anywhere. Because I are official. So I will complain that I'm working in church. I rejoice. Yeah, we are happy that we are there. And we still provide services to church. Because you only moved out of an office. But you're really who God can use in many other ways.
Sure.
And we are really very available for whatever we can where we are working.
Great. No, I'm having a very sensitive discussion. If I don't ask the question here, I feel like I did not attain my goal of time. Let's talk about a little bit about the church and politics right now. As key pillar in poverty and in the nation, you can bear witness that for the longest time, the society has been looking to the church to be part of the bodies to shape the government that we have. Do you still believe the church still holds on to that role?
Well, first of all, when you look at the Old Testament model, as a king always worked with the prophet.
True.
They took one together. The prophet will the king, facing all if he is wrong. It is a war coming, to walk side by side with the government. The church will select when things are wrong and encourage when things are right. Obviously, the secular does not take where they are wrong. But when the authorities are, the church will also be able to do that. Many times the church talks against what is happening is in a secular world when it is wrong. But when things are going well, it does not encourage government.
Yeah.
So that is to me is missing. Encouraging and enjoying what the government has done. Because the church has to be a platform. It belongs to all parties. And what you look at is what does the constitution say about the nation. When leadership goes against those values in the constitution, the church should be able to say it. And say it without police. And say it for the sake of all the people, not as the church, for the sake of the nation. I remember when our President Bishop was agreeing with that. He got very clear indication of how the church should operate. He says, the church should not be too far from power. Because when it is too far from power, it freeze and not accomplish what they should be. They should be accomplished. But again, the church should not be too close to the authorities. Because the church can burn. If you are close, you burn. So you need to position or say yes or no. And maybe church or the model of independence was that governor's residence, which today is the State House, is put next to the Archbishop of Church, Anglican Church. And continue to that way. The Archbishop of the Anglican Church lives next to the President. The question is, do they win consultation? Or is just residence by the other resident? Previously, the holder of office would walk across to the State House and make any comments and pray the governor or if he's the president, like the new president. I see a need for them to do that. The other thing is that the church is in control indirectly of the masses because the masses trust the church. So they need to use that trust for the benefit of the country, not for the benefit of the nation. The benefit of the church is the top church, an Anglican church or Baptist church or Free church. And that's what some of us do. I served as a chairman of the Bishops Association when I was in the office. And I saw how important it is when the church meets on their own, agrees on what is happening, and then tell the holders of the offices what they need to do. And we were involved when we were at the new institution in 2010. And we were involved in the elections that followed. Because we invited the candidates to come for lunch. That's the council and the Catholic. To come for lunch and talk about elections. And we saw where other countries who are having problem of election. They did not have theirs. Partly because we talk really with the critics. And we go maybe misbehave or do this, we're going to shout and tell everybody what you're doing. They refuse you to come back to some of your churches.
Yeah.
And so it worked when you took our role as the leaders.
Yeah.
The prison leaders. They came and lunch and it was lovely. For 2 years or 4 years.
Yeah.
We did that every year. That's really what the politicians wanted.
Yes.
Yes.
So that takes me back to that you had to bring something during that time, because when the candidates and they came, that means there was a certain level of integrity and trust between the church and the political politics. But no, right now we see, let's stop it. People in society feel as if the church has lost its position. The integrity, the trust from the society, they feel like you are just like them that happens to be in the church. Right now, how can the church bring back the sanity, the integrity of the society to be able to understand that right now if we have a church we can trust at this particular time?
Well, there is a big challenge in the church now.
Yeah.
Because as the Bible says, some enter the ministry for their own purpose.
Personal gain. Yeah.
And those enter ministry because they feel called by the Lord. Many times, very high persons that does it, not doesn't in the church, are looking for some gains. And when you look for personal gain, where does you what brings in those gains that will follow?
Yeah.
So that's what I see as a problem of those who and those who have put it themselves, if I may use that. It's not who has called
I will
us.
ask.
The Bible says you will know them by their fruit.
Exactly.
So if you follow that the leadership of different churches,
Yeah.
you will be able to know which ones people call themselves and which ones people who are called the Lord.
Yeah.
Now, when you know you are called the Lord, you will not feel
Yeah.
in speaking the truth, even if that's true. But when you are putting yourself and you want to go to partners meetings or allowances, you want to the president's meetings for plots, especially road. You can talk about
Yes.
people of integrity and ended.
Yeah.
There's one serious church, and I will not reason, who was been at a cost in podcast. And he was told about the place, and it was 10 acres. And when we talk, he said, no, I do not need a lot. I don't apply for it. I'm not interested in it.
Wow.
And he continued the ministry of telling them when they're doing is wrong. Now, they're not any of those.
True.
But that's what makes us different.
Yeah.
When you're called the Lord, the question is, why are you giving me this one? As many of us nothing.
Yeah.
So why are you giving this out of the land? So you agree because I too in the church and the individuals. Calling it, I will call you.
Yeah.
You can stand and say, I will not do this because I will call me. That's not what it goes with. I don't know that answers.
Yes, it has.
Yes.
So maybe the same, how do you think the church can regain back the integrity? Because it is right now, despite what is happening, there are people who still are looking up to it. They still have hope that the church will find its way back. If you ask the election, how is the church going to keep the sanity enough to prepare even that Kenyan for the elections, the coming election?
Let me say that the church cannot change the movement of the secular world coming to the elections now. The church, the change of the government would have to be from now.
Okay.
Because the church will begin by training its own clergy in issues of how to deal with government. Clergy won't train people in church or what you call civic education.
Yeah.
So they know their right and missions.
Yeah.
As long as people go from the politicians who are to give and queue up the whole day to receive 300, 500 shares, then the church is not doing enough. They should know that they don't say their body. So if there's election, they should look at the people themselves as people. Exodus chapter 18. Quality and wisdom of the gospel. The other thing I would say is that the change in the spirituality of the nation has been bring out the attitude of people to church. First, it started in the West, in Europe, in America, and so as far in the African countries. So that when they used to take the word of the priest literally, today they will not. Today, even the children they could ask him to record questions. Previously, they would wait carefully to ask. Now they would just shout. So the reverence the church by the authorities allow these same authorities were in the church when they were children. Were trained and taught by the church. But when they got employed and got their own money, they start looking at church as a and so when they go to church, they are thinking about me. How to give money to the church so that they can be fed by the poor. That's right. I learned about some of the churches that I'm not taking from politicians. When politicians are looking for opportunities to campaign, as it were, with in different churches. So the people should be able to say, the church will be able to say, no, we don't need this. Not necessarily bigger, but for make your stand as a church what you accept and what you don't accept. When a wall of Jerusalem is being built, people concerned a lot of others. Advice, I wanted to go and join the building. And was one carried by no, you have not party this. The people who come for politics should be told, I'm not part in what the church is doing. Because they don't let that up. They do money, they speak well. And then when it comes to elections, they are stealing. They're stealing what's not theirs. They're buying their youth. They're giving 100 shillings to every day. And they queue up the whole day. So the way is wrong. And so the matters have to be clear in their mission. What are they about? What can they do in a marketable way?
Shown that. That's it. So right now, you are of